right, 3-1, inequalities and their graphs. This is going, excuse me, I did. This is going to feel a lot like what we've done so far, but instead of an equal sign, you're going to have an inequality. So less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, that type of thing, okay? So first of all, an inequality, you need to know what that is. It's like a math sentence, right? It's a math sentence that uses an inequality symbol to compare the values of two expressions. We say this one is less than. This is less than or what? Or equal to. Okay, this one is greater than. And then greater than or equal to. So if it has that bar underneath it, it can be equal as well. If it doesn't have the bar, it cannot equal the thing that is on the other side of our equation or our inequality. So typically we use a number line to help us like visualize what's going on with an inequality. The things that I tend to care about with a number line is where are you in relationship to 0, okay? If you're moving to the left of that, that's your negative side, so -1, -2, so on and so forth. If you're moving to the right of 0, that's your positive side, so 1, 2, so on and so forth, okay? So we're going to spend some time, quite a bit of time actually, with number lines in this chapter. Any questions about any of that so far? Okay, so take a look at this first example. It says, what inequality represents the verbal expression? So in other words, how would you write the inequality, that sentence, not words, numbers and symbols? Yes.
I think you would write x and then the less than symbol -7.
X, the less than or equal to,
Yeah,
right? And then a -7. All real numbers, x less than or equal to -7. Sorry. So letter B, this one says 6 less than a number is greater than 13.
I put k minus 6, the greater than symbol minus.
Right. Okay, so notice this. We've done this before. Ooh, that is not the symbol I want. Okay, 6 less than a number k is not saying 6 is less than the number k. It's saying 6 less than a number k. So that's k minus 6 is greater than 13. Okay, so just pay attention to the wording and what that means for something. That's super helpful. You're going to be asked often if some number is a solution to an inequality. And we would say a solution is anything that makes that inequality a true statement. Okay? If it doesn't make a true statement, then it is not a solution. So take a look at this. It says, is the number a solution of 2x plus 1 is greater than -3? Now, here's the deal. There's 2 ways you can go about this problem. If it's just one number that you're finding the solution for, you could just plug it in. But if you have multiple numbers to do, it actually makes a lot more sense to solve the inequality for x and then see if that number that you have makes sense with it. So you can do it one of 2 ways. I'm going to show you both. If you're like, nope, I just want to plug this in for x, you would go 2 times -3 plus 1 is greater than -3, and you just simplify, okay? So this is -6 plus 1 is greater than -3. -6 plus 1 is -5, so -5 is greater than -3. Is that a true statement?
No.
No, okay? So is it a solution? We would say no. So you could do it that way. Or the way that I like better is this. If I have 2x plus 1 is greater than negative 3, I'm going to teach you how to do this better down the road because there are some things that change with this. But if you want, if you know this process because you've taken Algebra 1 before, you could do this. You could divide by 2, right? Subtract the 1. X is greater than negative 2. This has to be true for every scenario. And there's 2 scenarios here. What if it's negative 3? Is negative 3 greater than negative 2? The answer is no, right? Is negative 1 greater than negative 2? Yes, it is. Okay, so this would be a solution. Now, again, if you don't like that method, or if you don't know that when you divide by a negative, you got to flip a symbol, then don't use that method, okay? Excuse me. If instead you want to just go 2 times negative 1 plus 1 should be greater than negative 3 and simplify. So negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1 and negative 1 is greater than negative 3. That's fine, okay? This is the safe route right now just because I haven't taught you all the features of the other one, but I know some of you know the process and you can just say, I know this is true for every solution and then check your solutions. That's up to you, okay? Excuse me. Okay, so when graphing, there's a few things to notice. Says you can graph to indicate all the solutions of an inequality. Because here's the deal. If I tell you x is less than 2, you don't have one answer, right? It's any number that's less than 2 is your solution. So your solution could be 1 or negative 2 or negative 17 or negative 1 million, okay? So when you graph these, it's not like, here's my point, that's my answer. It doesn't work that way. You have an arrow pointing in one direction or another because it just keeps going. You have this like infinite number of solutions. So some things to look out for when dealing with this. If your variable is first, okay, your symbol could act as an arrow for you. Okay, now this is only if your symbol comes or your variable comes first. So if I said x is less than 1 and I wanted to know which way I need to shade, turn this into an arrow. Your arrow is going to point left, okay? If I said x is greater than or equal to 2, if I turn that into an arrow, my arrow is pointing to the right, okay? But hear me on this. This only works if your variable is the first thing you see, okay? So that's one thing to look out for when you're graphing. The other thing to look out for is based on if it has the equal to bar or not, you will either do an open dot or a closed dot on your graph. When it has the equal to bar, so if I said x is less than or equal to 1, is 1 a solution? Yes, because it's less than or equal to 1, right? So if it is a solution, you used a closed dot. So for these two, you'll use a closed dot. Okay, whereas if I said x is greater than 3, is 3 a solution? No. So you're going to use an open dot to say we're starting here, but don't count that one. Okay, so this is going to be open, and this is going to be open. Okay. So we're going to do 4 graphs right now. We're going to look at how would we graph this situation. This first one says, well, how would you say this? N is less than 1. Okay, so your variable is first, and you have no equal to bar. Is this going to be open or closed? This is open, okay? And whatever your number is, that's where the dot goes. So at 1, you're going to put an open dot. Don't fill it in. Khalees.
I thought we already did this, like, in previous years of that.
You probably have. It's just we're going to use it now with more things. Yeah, so if this is easy for you, wonderful. Is this easy? It's great.
Yes.
Hopefully. Okay, so if n is less than 1, what direction is my arrow pointing?
That one.
To the left, right? Less than goes left if your variable is first. Now, this is important. If you put a line there without an arrow on the end of it, then you're telling me my answers stop there. The arrow says they keep going, and they should keep going, okay? So keep an arrow on the end of each one, please. And it doesn't matter where the arrow stops. You could make the arrow go the whole way. You could make the arrow go one teeny little bit. As long as there's an arrow, it means it keeps going. All right, so A is greater than or equal to 0. Is that open or closed?
Close.
That's closed. So you're going to put a closed dot at 0. And what direction is your arrow going to point? To the right. Greater than. The number should be bigger than 0. So you want to go to the bigger side. F is greater than -3. Open or closed?
Open.
Open at -3 because -3 is not an answer. And what direction?
Right.
To the right. Okay. Now here's the one that gets mixed up a lot. -2 is greater than or equal to x. Can you use the arrow system? No. You cannot right now, unless you flip it around. X is less than or equal to -2 says the same thing. So if this makes more sense to you, just rewrite it. Okay. -2, you're going to have an open or closed dot. Closed dot because it's got that equal to bar. And then we are going less than -2. So to the left. Any questions on those? I told you this is an easy start to the chapter, right? Easy peasy. Okay, number 4. This is reversing it. Now they're giving you the graph, and you have to come up with the inequality. So if I were you, I would start each one with x. That first one, is there going to be an equal to bar? Yes, because it's a filled in dot. Okay, and then your arrow is pointing which direction? To the right. So make your arrow point to the right. Your x value should be bigger than what? -1. So x is greater than or equal to -1. Okay, you try B, C, and D. See if you can write those inequalities for all of them. Okay, let's see what we got. What did you do for B? X is
to the left.
Less than 4, right? Open dot, so no bar underneath. What'd you get for C? X is less than -3. And then what about D? Or equal to, right? That's a filled in dot. So like this. Okay? Okay, last 2. And these are just more real world scenarios. So you see a sign that looks like this. There's an inequality happening here, right? But we're going to try to put it into a math sentence. So it says, let C be the cost of a trail ride in dollars. And here's what the sign says. How does that convert to an inequality? C is what?
Less than or equal to 1999.
Greater than.
If it's starting at $19.99, that's your cheapest price, right? So the cost is going to be greater than or equal to $19.99. In other words, you can't get out of there without spending $19.99. It's going to be that or more, okay? This one's just silly. S is a legal speed in miles per hour.
What says S is less than or equal to 8?
8 miles.
Can you even go that slow? Maybe they're talking about like the tractor. So if the speed limit is 8 miles per hour, the rule is you don't go over that, right? But you can go that speed. So the speed has to be less than or equal to 8.
In real life, you're allowed to go like 5 miles under.
can go like about
I don't know.
7 miles over the speed limit.
Not legally. Legally, you're supposed to go the speed limit.
I thought it's like 5.